Well, Gary, you got a question yesterday that prompted this week's Beyond the Barometer, so let's take a look at that. Dave from Waniwak says, we were supposed to have heavy storms and possible heavy rain. You were so wrong on this that the storms were clear into southern Illinois.
So, Gary, what happened between Friday and yesterday?
Well, you know, actually, it goes back to Thursday. We were looking at the potential for severe weather on Thursday, and this is the same system now that's heading toward the East Coast. But I want to show you a couple of things that we looked at. So this is, let's take a look at some graphics that we had. This is our severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center branch of the National Weather Service. Thursday of last week, they were calling for the possibility for severe weather, and these are experts that really look at severe weather possibilities. So they already had about the southern third of Wisconsin as well as most of the central Midwest for that. Now, take a look at the next graphic. This is what I was showing for on Thursday evening. One of the computer models showing low pressure passing almost directly over southern Wisconsin, but look at all the rain out ahead of it. It had winds out of the south and warm temperatures here. That's why we're looking at the possibility for severe weather and heavy rain. So this is as of Thursday of last week. Now let's take a look at Friday. Here's another graphic. Storm Prediction Center now moving that severe weather outlook a little farther to the south because the storm was going to take a little more southerly track. That would increase the heavy rain chances for us, but lower the severe weather threat. That's why we still kept the alert day in the forecast. So let's look at the next graphic here. This is what one of the computer models is showing. This is as of the information from Friday morning at 7 a.m., the computer model forecast, showing, you know, spots of 2 to 3, maybe 4 inches of rain and heavier thunderstorms. 6 hours later, take a look at the next graphic. This is what the computer model is showing. Like gone. You know, so now you're the meteorologist. Which model do you go with? You know, we were thinking somewhere in between those, and so, you know, because of that, we really, you know, were on the fence about this. So eventually, as we headed into the weekend, we changed the forecast. But take a look at the severe weather reports from yesterday. So these are, and actually I'm just going to go back one here. There we go. So the severe weather misses to the south, you can see tornado and high wind reports across southern Illinois. But look at how far south that shifted. This doesn't happen that often. But the problem in meteorology is we are making a prediction. Most of the time our predictions are pretty good. Sometimes, like this one, you know, where you're looking for something specific to happen and it moves in a slightly different area, then, you know, everybody is concerned because it was a big miss in the forecast. And it was. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it, but this happens sometimes. And the problem, too, in meteorology is sometimes you miss a little bit on the first part of the forecast and it kind of snowballs downhill. So think about filling out your brackets for the NCAA basketball tournament, okay? You got a team going to the Final Four, and it gets knocked out in the first round. That's going to affect your predictions all the way down the road, and that's exactly what happened here. That storm system that we thought would go over southern Wisconsin shifts a little bit farther to the south, then storms develop down towards St. Louis, and it shifts a little further to the south, and so it kind of snowballs and takes the storm with it. So, again, it doesn't happen that often, but I tell people, you know, it's a prediction. We do our best, but it's not a guarantee. You know, and sometimes that's what people want. I need to know when it's going to rain on Sunday. You know, well, sometimes it's hard to do that.
Let me tell you, we got those storms every single day in St. Louis.
I know you were down. You got them.
It just did not stop. There is no drought issue there. I'm going to tell you that. So, all right.
Yeah, thank you for sending in that question too.